We were in South Yorkshire yesterday for a meeting between two second division sides who haven't crossed one another's paths for an extremely long time.
Well, those are the Newcastle United supporters outside the ground at Oakwell, and this 15 minutes before the kick-off, and it's been rumoured that there will be 6,000 or 7,000 Newcastle supporters here at Barnsley for the game, and it's certainly looking that way. The first time a Newcastle United side has taken the field at Barnsley for a league game since the 1947-48 season. But despite the fact that this once great club is going through a difficult period in its history, they can still command tremendous support, and they'll have thousands of fans here this afternoon. After scoring 7 goals in their last 2 league matches, Newcastle are happy to leave well alone with this side, the one exception being at substitute, where Peter Haddock takes over from Kevin Todd. 5 of those goals have been scored by Imre Varadi, who almost joined Benfica before the start of the season, but is now a firm favourite at Newcastle, where he's trying to follow in the footsteps of the immortals, Hughie Gallagher, Jackie Milburn and Malcolm McDonald. Barnsley have conceded only 1 goal here at Oakwell this season, the one that gave Cardiff City 3 points the last time we were here, and they've scored 16. There's a boost for Norman Hunter with the return of Trevor Aylott after injury. He comes in for Glyn Riley. And there's a home league debut for Winston Campbell, a 19-year-old black winger who's impressed in his other outings, which are all away from home. He was Norman Hunter's first signing. One man who'll be keener than most to get on the score sheet today, Ronnie Glavin, the club's leading scorer for the past 2 seasons, has still to open his account in the league this time. And 9 games without a goal is the longest he's gone since coming to Barnsley from Celtic in 1979. And the official who sets us on our way today, Joe Waddle from Rugby League Country in Warrington. But this very much a soccer game. Barnsley and Newcastle United underway, and an early touch for the Newcastle goalkeeper Kevin Carr. And none of those people will have seen any of that. Locked outside at kick-off time, and there are literally thousands of Newcastle supporters, particularly, still locked out at Oakwell. Well, a dreadful mistake there by Chambers, and Horn is really telling him about that. That was a dreadful square pass attempted for the goalkeeper, and it almost let Shinton in. Here's Winston Campbell. And back to his club captain. What a good-looking cross too, aim for the far post and away by Davies. And a free kick for Barnsley. A rousing start. And with the big men Aylott and Evans and McCarthy to aim for here, Barnsley looking for this early goal as Ian Banks prepares to take the free kick. Oh, he hits it hard, and oh my word, Glavin a touch away from a first-minute goal. There's Banks for the corner, and Evans, a good punch from Carr, and away by Brownlie. Aylott just outside Newcastle's area. He's got Evans going down the right. Can't find him. Wins the throw. So Barnsley very much on top in these early stages. And Glavin make a good run and space for Joyce to get the cross in. And Chambers keeping up the pressure. Good turn by McHale, but robbed in the end. And Wharton tries to set his man going, and now here's trouble for Barnsley, and in the clear is Varadi, and a great chance, but the whistle already gone, and Varadi must have been in an offside position.
A very bad slip here coming up by Ian Evans, who lets in Bobby Shinton, who goes very well on the left-hand side, and beautiful chip across to Imre Varadi. I didn't think he was offside, but what a lovely save by Bobby Horn.
Oakwell to get past his marker. And he's got a fair turn of speed as well. The crowd will enjoy that. Campbell taking on players. Oh, and getting past two beautifully and still going. Well, that was promising, that by Campbell, and the crowd really appreciating it. And Barnsley still coming forward. Hale finding Banks. Aylock running for it. Campbell going as well. And he's got offside. Wants to work it onto his left foot. Here's the cross, looking for Banks, and it's Barton away. Little header from McHale. Newcastle want offside, but there's a defender back there. So Newcastle still under siege. Chambers and Evans just for a moment arguing about whose ball it was. Still coming forward, and that's going to be a free kick. Well, the Newcastle wall is formed, and it's McHale and Banks now. Ian Banks really does belt them from this sort of a distance if he gets half an eye for an opening. And I think Newcastle will be aware of that. Here he goes, Banks, and it just came off the end leg, and Parker tries to turn it, and Glavin is offside. Winning that one again. This time Mr. Waddle did approve of it. Now let's see if Campbell can win something in the air. Well, he didn't, but neither did Brownlie, and so Parker, now Chambers for Barnsley, and that'll be a throw into the Reds. Mick McCarthy with this throw, he always gets good distance, McCarthy, and a good little ball fall for Glavin, who's round one, round two, and that is a free. Oh, I thought it was a goal. It is now from Trevor Aylott, and it was Glavin's shot, and brilliant play by Ronnie Glavin, who eventually hit the post, and Aylott in there, Barnsley's leading goal scorer, gets his 7th goal of the season, and what a way for him to come back after injury. Play on, says Mr. Waddle. Here's Waddle again. Tall, gangling striker, Chris Waddle. And there's the cross for Varadi, and not far off the mark either. That's the nearest Newcastle have been. Imre Varadi with 5 goals in the last 2 league games for Newcastle. And not far away from his 6th. Trewick, and that's a good ball for Shinton, who's got Varadi inside, and Varadi, oh, well tackled by McCarthy. Never gave him an inch there. And here's Campbell again. Certainly seen plenty of the ball, young Winston Campbell, in these first 25 minutes. Oh, well played by Parker too, and the referee almost took the ball off him. He must have been co-opted by the Newcastle defence, which has been a little bit under siege. And now Parker, and that one cannons away off a defender, and they really are getting themselves in a bit of a muddle there. Aylott having to come back and find McHale. I don't think that's... Oh, yes, it does go to Campbell, and he was round his man so quickly. Brownlie really lunged in, and Campbell might score. Well, he got the shot in. McHale, and it really is pinging around like something on a pin table here. It really has been an encouraging start for Winston Campbell. Chambers to Glavin again. Now this is where Glavin created the danger last time, might do so again. McHale shot, and that was a good move, and again it stemmed from Ronnie Glavin, creating the space and setting up the chance for Ray McHale. Not far off the second goal. And that's better from Newcastle. Cleared their lines well on that occasion, and still going forward is Wharton. Oh, and he's past Banks, and a good ball out to this side to Waddle. Well, I wonder if Newcastle can get something back just before half-time. Waddle taking on his man, cutting inside, letting one go, side netting. Well, Chris Waddle nearly always comes inside the full-back and then lets fly. That's just what he did.
Tremendous breakaway, beautiful ball took from Kenny Wharton out to Chris Waddle. Just watch him come inside, he dips that right shoulder, and wow, what a shot coming up. Fortunately for Barnsley, it was into the side netting.
Newcastle coming forward with Shinton just outside the Barnsley penalty area. Oh, 2 minutes of injury time, and if Newcastle score now, then I think Barnsley would feel very aggrieved, and they could do through Wharton. Oh, he missed a golden opportunity there, going through on the blind side, and that could have been so costly for Barnsley.
A tremendous ball coming from John Brownlie into the Barnsley penalty area, and just watch Kenny Wharton, who was on an offside position, had a good chance there, but fortunately again for Barnsley was offside.
Well, I thought the referee's watch had stopped. We've had 2.5 minutes of injury time in this first half, but Trevor Aylott's goal after 15 minutes gives Barnsley a very satisfactory scoreline at half-time. A goal from Aylott means it's Barnsley 1, Newcastle United 0. So away we go for the second half, and I would imagine, Derek, that Norman Hunter must be quite pleased on the first half performance.
Very pleased indeed. Just a couple of lapses by Phil Chambers and Ian Evans in defence. Other than that, they weren't troubled too much by Newcastle, but I would love to see them get the ball out so much to young Winston Campbell, who's had a marvellous time.
Cracking shot from Ian Banks right at the start of this second half. Good left-footed shot, and saved by Kevin Carr.
And this is what Ian Banks is all about. Just watch this coming up here. He's got so much power in both feet. It's on his weaker one, but my word, doesn't he hit it. Fortunately for Kevin Carr, it didn't go high into the net.
Newcastle going forward now, and Waddle. Oh, and a good tackle by Joyce. What's more, he's found Parker. Oh, and after all that, Parker still kept hold of the ball and managed to get Aylott going. McHale wants it. Oh, that's a glorious pass out to Campbell, who will beat his man Brownlie on that side. There's the cross for Parker, and away the corner conceded by Barton. And what a lively start to the second half by Barnsley. Marvellous ball from Trevor Aylott, which set up that chance, and now Banks with the corner. Coming for Parker's head, and Parker there literally inches over the crossbar.
Beautiful corner coming from Ian Banks, and just watch Parker and Ian Evans coming. I thought he should have left it for Ian Evans, but my word, for a little fella, he is superb in the air. Very unlucky with that effort.
Newcastle roared on by the supporters behind this goal, coming forward now, and guess who's there? McCarthy's there. Not a good ball though, and Newcastle pouring forward with Brownlie, and the dozens of black and white shirts up, and it's Wharton who gets the header in, but it's disallowed for pushing. Wharton thought he'd scored, the referee says otherwise.
A lovely ball coming up here from John Brownlie. Just watch young Kenny Wharton climb up here. It's very difficult to decide if he was jumping on the fellow's back, but it looked very difficult from here, but he tuck it away well.
Now playing it square for Brownlie. Evans will have no trouble in getting that one away. As far as Aylott, with his knock-on, isn't going to reach Campbell. Getting the better for once of McCarthy, and round him, and the crowd roaring as Varadi goes in, and that must be an equaliser. It's off the line, in fact. Oh, and that the closest that Newcastle have come. A real let-off that for Barnsley.
What a tussle here between Imre, Varadi and Mick McCarthy. It's tremendous stuff. I thought he was going to bring him down, but he didn't. And what a save from young Bobby Horn. And watch this melee here. Joe Joyce does superb on the line. And another cracking shot that followed up. We just aren't seeing.
Well, that just shows how everybody is tussling in this match. And Parker will get a free kick. I thought he was going to go clear of Davies, and Ian Davies is going to be booked. The first name to go into the book this afternoon, and it's that of Welsh international Ian Davies. Slight altercation there with Derek Parker, who's been brought down several times in this game, and Ian Davies is the man whose name goes into referee Waddle's book. Ian Banks then with this free kick for Barnsley, hits it hard and high, looking for McCarthy, and only just over the top. This time by Evans, and now Banks trying to get Parker away, can't quite make it. Oh, and McCarthy slipped at the crucial moment. It is Varadi, who's got two men outside of him. Here is Waddle, looks for the opening on the left foot, has to come back inside, out again, can't get the cross in, and he really should have done better there. He should have taken the first-time shot when Varadi gave him the ball. But Newcastle really pouring everything forward. And they're desperately seeking for this equaliser as Wharton takes the kick, and oh! Well, that came off the leg of Waddle, standing no more than 5 yards from goal, and it went in the wrong direction. Now here's Glavin bursting forward for Barnsley on the other end of the field.
A little bit of luck. You've got to have it sometime coming up. Just watch this. Chris Waddle actually knocked it out for certainly Trevor Elliott to knock that out of the penalty area.
Well, there's the ringleader, the cheerleader, whatever you want to call him, and he really has got the Newcastle supporters singing, even though his team are a goal down. You'd think they were a goal up at times, the way they're enjoying this one. Barnsley still going forward with Glavin, looking for McHale, who could try one, and does, and it could have taken a deflection, and it did. It just glanced off the leg of David Barton and went for the corner.
What a shot coming up here from Ray McHale when he gets this ball off Ian Banks. A little bit of luck here as well for Newcastle. David Barton gets a deflection there, which was very, very close indeed.
McCarthy winning it yet again, and Shinton in a chase, which Horn will beat him to. Well, despite all their pressure, Barnsley is still only a goal up as Parker. Oh, my word. The little knockdown from Aylock. Parker in so sharply, and he was so unlucky.
Well, what a long ball coming from Bobby Horn. Trevor Aylock just gets a little touch. Tremendous turn by Derek Parker, which wasn't far away.
Aylott, who controls the ball so well on his chest. And eventually it comes to Banks, who's playing wide on the right at the moment. Has Davies in front of him. There's nobody really going inside. He'll go himself and could hit it with his left foot. Oh, and that would have been a brilliant goal by Ian Banks. Great effort from the Barnsley number 5.
I've said this before about Ian Banks. He's not going down the right. He's going to come inside here. And what's this hammer? He's beats another defender here. And wham, good job that Kevin Carr was in the middle of his goal, or that would have beaten him.
have looked dangerous on occasions in this second half, as they do now, with Waddle. He's having to go right up to the byline, and a good cross too, and about 6 inches too high for Ian Davies, that. The ball lost, and won back by Banks. Now Parker. Oh! Incredible. Everybody seemed to win the ball and then lose it, and a little bit of fisticuffs between Davies and Parker. And Parker's name is going into the book, and Davies is going to have to be careful because he's already been booked. But he's just trotting away from it at the moment. Joe Waddle telling Derek Parker that this is a football match and not a wrestling match. So that's the second name to go into the book. There's Mick Martin directing operations, the Newcastle captain, telling his men to get forward. And he's got 6 men up there in the penalty area to aim at. Now, David Barton is often a man to watch at situations like this, but not if the free kick is hoisted that far. There's Davies, who's going to be loudly booed after that part in the fracas. And it's going to be Bobby Horne's ball. Well, Bobby Horne has done well since he joined Barnsley this season. Son of the Crystal Palace trainer, and this is his first season in full league football. That's a colossal kick from Horne, in which, if Parker had got a toe into that, it might have been the swiftest goal from one end to the other. Martin's getting himself into a spot of bother. He wants to play it wide to Halliday. Wider still to Brownlie. And now Trewick. Varadi getting his legs in a tangle. Glavin's ball is not a good one. And now it's Barnsley suddenly who are making the mistakes as Chris Waddle comes forward for Barnsley. Prefers to go on the inside of opponents. This time he goes on the outside. And again, Joyce falls critically. There's the cross, and there's the header from Shinton, and not far over the top. It's just not going right for Newcastle at the moment.
Tremendous piece of magic. Chris Waddle has looked just as good as young Winston Campbell. He beats one man, Ian Banks. He's coming up to Joe Joyce. Go on, he's going to go past him with a lovely dummy here. A beautiful ball, leaves Joe Joyce for dead, coming up here. That was a very, very good opportunity, but certainly was missed by Bobby Shinton, just over the top.
Well, that's a good long ball for Campbell. He was offside. Winston Campbell, the first black player ever to play for Barnsley, and he's done well. Now Glavin, he's done well too. Made the goal for Aylott. Wanting support. Might have to do it all himself in the end. Oh, leaves it cleverly for McHale, and it might still fall for Aylott. It did, and Carr made a brilliant double save on that occasion.
A little bit of Ronnie Glavin magic here, setting up a tremendous chance for Ray McHale, and he can also hit them. And just watch, it could have been a repeat of the first goal, and Trevor Aylott comes in, as you can see, and wasn't too far away. Could have scored 2 quite similar goals. A good save certainly by Kevin Carr.
A minute of injury time played. It's been a splendid match here at Oakwell this afternoon. Lots of endeavour, lots of spirit, and some good football as well. And the fact there's only been 1 goal doesn't mean to say that it's not been enjoyable, because it has. Over 18,000 here at Oakwell, and I think they've enjoyed every single minute of this game. And Barnsley still coming forward as referee Waddle brings the match to an end. A splendid win this for Barnsley. It really has been an excellent game played at breakneck speed, and Trevor Aylott has made the difference this afternoon. His 7th goal of the season, and Trevor Aylott, coming back after an injury and an absence of 2 weeks, has scored the goal after 15 minutes, created brilliantly by Ronnie Glavin, which separates the teams at the end of the day. and 18,000 people go away happy. Final score, Barnsley 1, Newcastle United 0.